times have also changed. And perhaps we are becoming more accepting of difference.
Yes.
And I will ask you that in terms of a work, whether it's still a focus on beauty or talent. But first, I thought I'd ask you about this inner dialogue. How women respond to it, and the fact that you have this relationship with your body and you talk to your body. So how does that work?
Okay, something that I've realized over the years is your horoscope does not predict your day. Your outfit does, or your appearance does. Now just imagine you are sitting in a suit with your shoulders tall, or you're wearing a dress or a outfit that makes you feel comfortable or beautiful or wow, or you're wearing those heels which makes you feel the floor is my runway. Okay, and now the flip side, if you're wearing something that is not you, so suddenly what happens is your shoulders droop. You don't want to be clicked in a group photo. You want to retract yourself. You want to blend in. You don't want to be the under the spotlight.
Right.
Correct? So that is when your internal dialogue has already begun.
Right.
Your confidence either grows or diminishes. So your, like you said, how you think about yourself or how you speak to your body or what your body perceives always starts with your inner dialogue, and that sets the vibe of the day.
Right.
So I would say it is your dressing, appearance, clothing, grooming, everything put together, which gives you that confidence boost and which predicts your day.
So what should we be saying to ourselves every morning?
Every morning, when we were doing this course, when I was also new to this topic, we were told there is nothing like a pear-shaped body or apple-shaped or watermelon. They are just fruits.
It's another way to look at it.
Yeah, because you have certain body types. It could be triangular, it could be reverse triangle, it could be rectangular. However, they are just variations. Nothing is perfect. We think our glass is perfect, which is fine. That's an ideal which we should come to, but they are just variations. So at the best, what you do is enhance, accentuate your strengths, and well, you can camouflage your, I wouldn't say weaknesses, your variations.
Nice. Okay.
So that's what you do, and you still have plenty of options.
Right.
Just by not wearing a short dress, you're not cutting down a lot. You still have 99 other options.
Yeah. Many things that I wanted to talk about, and I'm trying to put them in order. I think if we start with the challenges for you. We just had a podcast also on nutrition and on hormones and how on weight loss also. And if you give the same diet to two people, the same food, or you give the same weight loss regimen to them, their bodies will respond differently to it. And a lot of people feel like, oh, there's somebody who's not losing weight is doing something wrong. And they're not doing it correctly. Or they're not eating correctly. And that doesn't mean that they're eating too much, but they're not eating the right nutritional foods, or they're not exercising enough. And now I think for most people, there's some awareness that that's not the case. You've referred to hormonal imbalance. Which is something that I am experiencing now. So I understand where certain, like my body is changing, there's abdominal weight gain, it happens in your 40s. I understand where that's coming from. So for you, how did you see that hormonal imbalance play out with your body?
As I just mentioned, that I tried almost everything. A lot of trainings, a lot of diets, nothing was working.
But were you doing it in a sort of kind and responsible way, or but at some point did you push
I was
yourself
actually being
too
very
much?
brutal.
Really?
I was being very brutal to myself. Like there have been times I've almost fainted on the set.
Because you're not eating enough.
I wasn't eating and I was still working. And as actors, it's a demanding job for us, working in the sun, no matter what, you just have to give your best. And then someone actually pointed out that, you've been trying so many things, but there's something wrong internally. So
Who
get
was
your
this person?
blood.
Like a friend?
Like I guess it was a co-actor.
Okay.
So she asked me to get my blood work done. Everything was normal, no thyroid, nothing. Then someone again told us that, okay, it might be your hormone, just consult this doctor. And I did. And then I got to know that, there's something wrong with my hormones, which is why my weight has been stagnant. And also the fact that it's now that, I kind of got to know my body. And I also feel, of course, hormonal thing is a big part of your weight stagnation or whatever. But a lot of it starts mentally. Like I feel a lot of trauma gets stored in your body. Not that I have a trauma or something, touch wood, but
stress,
like a lot of stress, a lot
Yeah.
of fear, and kind
Anxiety.
of
Yeah.
anxiety. Like the fat layer around your body is the body's mechanism of actually protecting itself.
Yeah.
True.
So until it does not feel safe enough, it would not shed.
Right.
So you also have to, be easy on yourself, meditate, be at peace, be clear mentally.
Yes.
And that's when your body will start to ease out and respond.
Yeah. I'm assuming Big Boss is not one of those environments.
I gained all my weight back, Sohadi. Like literally, I lost 9 kgs before entering the house. I gained all of it back. Like towards the last few weeks, I actually started feeling anxious because it is a toxic place.
Yeah,
it is a
of
negative
course.
environment, and I was the youngest. I've
Yeah.
never been away from my parents.
Yeah.
And this was the first time, and that too in an extreme environment like that.
Yeah.
So of course it was very.
And you have no
tough.
control over what you're eating,
Yes.
when you're eating, how much you're
You
sleeping.
don't know the time. You don't know anything.
So those are building blocks to
Yes.
being fit and well.
Correct.
So your body,
Went for a toss.
Yeah.
Went for a toss, definitely.
you would have met so many people.
Yes.
And you would have formed impressions of them. People formed impressions of you. And then, I don't know, when I went to college, I met a lot of people and I thought, oh, this is the person I want to be friends with. And then for the rest of the 3 years, I was like, this is not the person I want to be friends with.
Yeah.
Abhi iska kaise chudau main?
Right.
So, and we talked about the stress. What I thought is that, which is different, because being on a reality show like Big Boss is different to being on screen
Yes.
and growing up on screen. Because again, as a woman, when you're growing up in the media,
Yes.
and people have an opinion on you and people have negative things to say, which everybody does. It's different when somebody criticizes you anonymously, like trolling, and then it's different when someone criticizes you on a platform like this, and also the presentation of yourself, because you're not hiding behind makeup, you're not giving your, like, I'm always giving my most flattering angles on Instagram, everybody knows that, even now I am. So you can't hide.
Right.
There's no AI, there's no filter, there's no aesthetics to it.
Yeah, and there's camera from every angle.
Exactly.
So
So
you
you're
don't have
fully-
one best angle.
You're vulnerable.
Yes.
So I think people don't really understand how that can make you feel.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask you a little bit about that experience, it being different to just being on camera,
Yes.
being on a reality show like Big Boss.
Of
What
course.
that does to you.
No, it was very different. Because as you rightly mentioned, you don't really know what's going out.
Yeah.
And you can't even see, like a lot of times as actors also, we see our shot. Okay,
Yeah.
this can be better.
Yeah.
And then you make those changes. So you're literally clueless about how you're being looked at, how you're being presented, what can go wrong, what can go right. And on top of that, there's literally a camera everywhere.
Yeah.
And people are seeing you 360.
Yeah.
So
Sounds terrifying to
yeah.
me.
so kind of trying to get used to that was a little difficult. And
At some point you just forget.
at some point you let go. Like as actors, you can never not see the
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
But then you do kind of ease out on that fact. But then I feel the episode that happened, the audacity of the people inside the house to point out something like that
Yeah.
was vicious, if I might say at the least. Because, we were also discussing like a while ago as to how everybody reacts differently.
Yeah.
Some people kind of shrink down in stress, some people bloat up. I bloat up. I guess at that point, again, as I mentioned, I did not know how am I being looked at outside. So you start questioning yourself.
The first time that you realized people are saying these things about you was in the weekend cover.
Was the weekend cover.
So that's the first time you
That was
become
the
aware.
first time. Yeah.
And your reaction at that point is, I didn't know that these people were saying these things.
Yes, exactly. The funny part being that just a few days before that, I'd opened up to one of my closest friends in the house, Abhishek, about my journey, and we were just talking about random things. And I told him about I've gone through this, and just don't ever. He just said something very joking in a very fun way, and we were just discussing about that. And I was like, these things that they really affect me.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh no, absolutely, and you're so fit, and we used to work out together and all of those things. And cut to a few days later, this thing pops up at the weekend cover and just comes as a shock to me. And even he realizes, because we just had that conversation a few days ago as to how this has been a very big part of my life, and it's taken a lot for me to kind of get over it. So I don't want to get back into that
Right.
zone. And the minute all of those things happen, you start getting those flashes again. You get
course.
back in time, and like I didn't want to react because of course you're at a national platform and I didn't want to be weak either.
Yeah.
Because I felt it's not just about me, but it's about all those people watching me who are kind of going through something similar.
Yeah.
And I had to kind of voice out my journey for them.
Yeah.
Because I kind of somewhat realized that I am lucky that I have people in my life who are supportive of me in my immediate circle, but not everyone does. And not everyone has that sense of self-worth as well, that your worth is not defined by how you look or how your body is. So to kind of make them feel not alone, or for them to not feel like they're the only one going through something like that, I opened up about my journey in that episode. And when I came out, I realized that I had messages from not just women, but from men, from people of different age groups, from an old auntie to a young kid who's going through something like that. In some regions, it's very normalized. It's like, हाँ ठीक है तो बोलेंगे, that sorts, and that is wrong. And you know, to kind of, you know, I felt so connected to those people that I did something with a certain thought, but it impacted so many others.
Absolutely.
That now when I came out, I also kind of was like, you know, let's create a safe space. So I kind of started an Instagram page also. It's called Gentle on Me.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
So it's just a page about being kind on yourself first. You know, we always talk about kindness, but we always often forget self-love and being kind to ourselves. So that's just a safe space for body positivity, being kind, self-love.
But I think it was such a wonderful thing that you did in that moment. You could have perhaps dealt with it differently, especially in a high pressure environment. But the dignity and the positivity and the knowledge that what you're saying could have an impact on so many people, I think was wonderful.
Thank you.
Another moment that was emotional for me was certainly when your father came on and he also said some things. Obviously you didn't know that was going to happen, and what was that moment like for you?
It was the best days, the best day for me in the Big Boss house. I've always been a dad's girl. Like in my childhood, if you know, somebody would ask mom, your daughter, I would be like, no, dad's daughter.
Wow. So as a mother, I'm not so sure.
But now I love both of them equally. But yeah, I mean, of course, I had gone through that one particular weekend Kavar. And of course, the days after that were also not very kind to me. So the entire journey was very tough on me mentally. And I'm a person who finds it really difficult to emotionally open up to anyone. Like I just cannot. And it's my dad for me. Like it's really hard for me to cry. I usually do not even cry in front of my mom.
Really?
But I can cry in front of my dad.
Wow.
So that's the kind of relationship I share with him, and he just gets me. Like emotionally, a lot of times, you know, majorly people are attached to their mothers emotionally. Even I am, but with my dad, it's just something different. Like it's like I don't need to say. He knows what I'm feeling, and he knows the right thing to say to make me feel better. That I feel is very important.
It's very important.
So when dad came in the house, of course, I was really emotional and all of that stuff. And the way he dealt with the situation, because of course there are people right in front of him who've attacked me, who've hurt me. Yet handling it with the dignity that he did, and I guess probably that's where even I get it from, to kind of how to handle situations. And the fact that he was just there, and he was just like, you know, you don't need to change yourself, or you don't need to let their comments affect you. Because somewhere or the other, it stems from their insecurities. Because they feel they are behind you or below you, so they would try to pull you down to their level and try to attack your insecurities, whether they exist or they don't exist. But they would try to seed that in your mind. So that was a very emotional moment for me. And of course, coming from my dad, someone whom I'm so attached to, and of course he's sitting right in front of me and in my eyeliner, and he's on set with me after so many years. I guess it was a very wholesome moment.
I think it's lovely, and it's such a testament also to your father, because everybody knows that girls are close to their fathers, but typically, especially I think in our culture in India, girls don't open up so much with their fathers. The emotional conversations are had with the mothers, and there's a little bit of a sense
hesitation.
of hesitation, or like this is my father, and like
Yes.
certain things, and especially crying, and they may not be as patient
Yeah.
or as sensitive or know how to deal with someone.
I guess my
you
mom
know,
is gonna kill me if I say this, but my dad's a better listener than he can hear me yap about the same thing time and over again, and he would not complain a single time.
But those are great things because these are
Yes.
again
Yeah.
qualities that typically one doesn't associate with
Yeah.
men as much as we
Yes.
do with women, and that's why I think it's wonderful that we have role models
Yes.
or people like that who are just
Yes.
defying those traditional, conventional norms.
Correct.
And again, as you know, I was also very close to my father, but it was a slightly like I would have the emotional conversations with my mother, and I think that if that is changing,
Yes.
and if we have more people like your father raising more girls like you who
Yes.
will then continue to spread the messages that you're spreading in the way that you are, it's only going to make the world a better
Absolutely.
place.
So when I was
Daily, perhaps some micro habits that women could practice.
my favorite part.
Is it? Because I feel like tips are very important for
Yes.
people. They're things that
Yeah.
you can hold on to. So just some things that people who are perhaps are watching,
Yeah.
thinking about confident body language, for example.
I'll give you a simple thing. To look powerful, follow power. P, posture. Your shoulders relaxed but spine erect, chin parallel to the ground.
I'm just changing.
Because after a while we start stooping,
Yeah.
we slouch.
Yeah.
So posture. Second is of stillness. Be calm.
Yeah.
Don't have that rushed energy, and don't try to move your hands and your body movement so fast that you look rushed. That just shows anxiety. When you are still, you show calmness, and people want to listen to you. Third is W, warm eye contact. Always maintain a nice eye contact with people. Don't just look down, don't just look left and right, but when you maintain a contact, you're building a bond, and that forms a good first impression. And first impressions are very important because a first impression made unforgivingly, they can never be changed. Never. Then comes
Don't
E.
say never. I feel like
Almost never. It takes
Never
a
say never.
lot of effort. A lot of effort to change that. Then comes E, which means engage. Listen to people. Nod. Smile. Power lean. Just lean. That brings more engagement. Back and forth conversation, because it's always a two-way street. And last is reflect, which means sometimes your mirror neurons act up. You mirror someone. A little bit of posture imitation or a head tilt, just to show that you are on the same level, same wavelength. Not like you want to ape or mimic someone,
right.
but that mirroring shows that we are on the same page,
Connection.
connection subliminally, subconsciously.
Right.
So power is very important if you want to appear powerful. And besides that, my favorite thing is the 4 P's. One is power dressing. The other one is power gaze, how you look.
right.
The third is power lean. I just told you, because leaning in shows
Right.
engagement. And the fourth is power pose. The way you sit and the way you stand tall is your power pose.
Yeah, lovely. Lovely. I think these are good things to remember. Confidence for you, Ashnoor.
Yes.
How has it changed from when you were 15 to now?
It's changed drastically. When I was 15, I would try to drink myself.
Yeah.
I was not confident. Now I feel that, the only person, if at all you had to compare yourself, has to be the person in the mirror.
Yeah.
Has to be who you looked at yesterday. And you just try to be the better version of yourself.
Yeah.
So I feel confidence comes from within, and
Yeah,
it starts from your own mind.
I think that it's